Good morning and welcome. Patriot News Hour, Joe and Jason. Happy Friday. Friday the 13th. Yeah, right. I will say that in The Exorcist. The original Friday the 13th in The Exorcist. Yeah, scared the living daylights out of me. I've been afraid of scary movies ever since. Growing up, my mom used to yell at my older brother, "Don't let Joey watch those scary movies." Oh, yeah, did not like them. But happy Friday the 13th to everyone. What a crazy week. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. Of course, you already know that. AllAmericanGold.com, the website, have a huge sale today. A lot of things I want to talk about today. First off, let's talk a little Texit. Some of you saw the Zoom. I will say this. I feel pretty good about it. This comes down to a couple of things. The compensation plan and passive income. And I've been saying this all along. If the state of Texas wants to be a-holes, if you will, part of my real strong, then, maybe not so good. If they're more like, hey, guys, we get it. You did a few things wrong. You did a lot of things right, but you did some things wrong. Let's pay a fine and either I would love this. Hey, just stop, and I think Bobby would be agreeable to it. Hey, just stop selling the one in the U.S. Just stop doing it. That'd be awesome for all of us. How great of a win would that be? That would mean we get more coins per day for, the next 100 and blah, blah, blah years. Slap on the wrist sort of thing. We'll see. Don't know. There is a very good video out. If you can find it on Telegram, and I think we posted it up to YouTube. Lonnie Walsh, who is our head of education, he put it all together. We can text it to you if you want to call down here. Kind of lays it out, right? It is what it is. We'll see what happens down the road when in regards to that. Having said all of that, we did get some inflation numbers out today that made everything happy on CPI. I will say that this was one of those ones where I think some people are like, maybe not. But the big news, the real big news, Kevin Warsh, I'm being told, and this is starting to circulate, we may finally understand why Warsh was the pick. That they are going to get rid of the we want 2% inflation. Now, for those of you that have been listening to me long enough, and you got to go all the way back to like 07, 08, when Ben Bernanke and Janet Yellen came up with, whoa. A stable dollar. No, we never wanted no inflation. Oh, no. No. We want it to be 2%. Yeah. That's our target. If it's less than 2%, we're not happy. And if it's more than 2%, we're not happy. And it was amazing how many people, I'd venture to guess that 90, I don't know, and I'm going to be kind and say only 95% of Americans did not know this and maybe still not know this. And how the Wall Street channels, oh, my God, they were cheerleading. Oh, what a great thing. Oh, yeah, fabulous. So think about this. What they said then, after the financial crisis, well, really, actually in the middle of it, hey, every 10 years, we want your money to be worth 20% less. How great is that? Oh, my God, yeah. Right? It sounds a whole lot better when you just say 2%. No one wants to hear 20%. How about every 5 years, your money loses 10% of its purchasing power? Yeah, we got to get Jason turned on here. That is what was out. And the funny part, there you go, Jason.
I was going to say it's more like 50% because remember they changed how they calculated the inflation before Janet Yellen and Bernanke decided to make it 2%, which is more like 4%.
They did that in the 90s. Yes.
And then you're looking at 50%, which goes across the model that you double the money supply every 10 years. And really all they were doing is just kind of telling everybody the truth. We're doubling the money supply every 10 years, which is 5% inflation yearly, Joe.
Well, guess what, guys? I got bad news for you. Jason and I told you inflation wasn't going away. Kevin Warsh may back that up. We'll be back. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason. Happy Friday the 13th. Okay, first, before I forget, Iskander, we're waiting a week. So enrollment was supposed to start 6 p.m. last night. They pushed it back 1 week. And I'm sure that's lawyer stuff and all that other stuff. So be patient for that. I know a ton of you want to take advantage. We'll get there when it's ready. We're ready, but obviously, in lieu of what's happened, pushing it back a week. If you want to get this video, and you're like, I don't really follow the Telegram, and Telegram can be, there's so many different things in there. If you go to YouTube and just search charts, the word charts with an S, plural, charts, the letter N, and the word labs. So lab with an S, labs plural. Charts in labs. Charts in labs, and the N is just the letter N. Charts plural, the letter N, labs plural. That is Lonnie Walsh. He is the one that educates everybody. By the way, if you want to get into the bot training, the Armadillo Army, as they call it, he's the guy. And he's very, very active on Telegram, but he lays it out really perfectly. The title of the video, Texit C&D Letter Breakdown. Hopefully you can find it. If not, call here, and I'll send it to everybody. Now, let's get back to what we were just talking about. Well, first, let's take a look at the markets. I forgot. Let's do that. The Dow's up 160. The S&P's up 24. The NASDAQ only up 29. Yeah, the tech sector's had a tough go. 10-year note, 406. Wow, that's a nice one. By the way, we had a horrible 10-year note auction, but that's okay. Oil down 25 cents. Gold up $78. Back to 5,000. Remember, yesterday, it was down 160, and you know what the funny thing was? Is people like saying there was some market-wide flash crash. And mostly in the tech stocks, and I guess gold and silver got involved in it. But right now, gold up 78, 5,001. Silver up like $3, $88 in change. Very quickly, before we get into the CPI, and by the way, why all of you need to prepare for higher inflation with our good friend Kevin Warsh, expected to be the new head of the Fed. We have 20 rolls, 20 rolls. These are 1996 Silver Eagles. These are like unobtainium, right? Most of the places out there, out of stock. Of course, 1996, for those of you that don't know, the most highly sought after Silver Eagle that the U.S. has ever minted. Two reasons. Number one, it was the lowest minted year. So think about 1996. What was going on in 1996? Oh, yeah. Right? We were going to have the debt paid off, remember? We had the fake budget surplus with Bill Clinton. Silver was like, right? If we could all go back to 1996 and buy silver, right, we'd all be retired millionaires right now. So it was the lowest mintage year ever, barely over 3 million ounces. I mean, that's not. Listen, we sold more than 3 million ounces in January this year, to give you an idea. Way more. On top of that, they had some production problems. And somebody, and this happens, right? You get slow, you get lazy. Somebody didn't change out the solution after they press and stamp them and they run them through this solution, and someone didn't change it out in time. And a bunch of them got what we call milk spots on them. And so far fewer exist in, hey, that's a nice looking coin. Well, let me tell you what I have today. These 20 rolls. By the way, premiums on 1996s through the roof. Right? You're talking, people will sell rolls for $3,000 right now. In these rolls, you will get one 1996 that will have some toning on one of the sides of the coin. And I'm not talking black or anything like that. It's just a little toning on the front of it or the back of it or something about it I didn't like. The other 19, some of them are going to be great. And the others, some will have some rim toning, which is very, very normal. Rim toning, but if you had it encapsulated or what have you, in other words, the front and back of the coin look great. Just has some rim toning on the edges. So for 1996 standards, these are really nice rolls. Even the bad one, as I'm going to call it bad, isn't bad. But I'm like, like if I got a whole roll of these, I'd be like, oh, that kind of sucks. And by the way, they'd still be worth more than any other Silver Eagle. But I've got 20 rolls. Today, a non-96 roll, I'm at $1,975 for a roll of 20. Any other year, Silver Eagle, 1975. These 96s, 1995. So essentially, I'm going to charge you a whopping $1 a coin and give you all 1996s. And that's just, it's an unheard of price. We'll probably never see it again. I think the last batch of 96s I got maybe was 2 years ago, something like that. I get them very, very rarely will I see 1996s come across, and usually never in any quantity. So this is definitely a rarity, especially for us at Patriot, because we don't really sell, individual coins and things like that, Jason.
Yeah. These are now, for this generation, the collectible coin. We sell it as silver. That's what we do day in, day out, day in, day out. But there are years that there are just less of them. So when we sell silver at Eagle rolls, it can be an 87 roll. It can be a 2016 roll, a 2021 roll. It doesn't really matter. We buy it and sell it as silver. But, these don't circulate. So it's kind of hard for these to be collectibles. But now as more and more and more are bought and sold every single year, these do get pulled out of rolls. They get moved around. They get put in sets. The more handling these coins have, the more they aren't like a proof or an MS-70 or an MS-69 perfect condition. And so the 1996 is just to complete the collection ends up being the one coin in the collection that's usually not a perfect looking coin because there's just not that many out there. And the ones that are out there are they have a little defect or two. And so the one coin to have a defect and still be okay with a good value is that 1996. So, yeah, I mean, these are, and Joe's telling me some of these are, rim toning's nothing. You can, any kind of way that you keep a coin can get you rim toning, the Dansko albums that we used to put them in.
I will say this to you. Hot water and baking soda. Try it. You'd probably get rid of it. But I'm not doing that. I don't touch coins. We don't do that stuff. But 1996 rolls, there's only 20. I would expect them to be gone by the break. That's what I would expect. If you guys are paying attention, they will not make it to the bottom of the hour, which is in like 4 minutes. Very quickly, we did get CPI out. This is what drove rates down today. Came in the 0.2 month over month. They were expecting 0.3. The headline number down to 2.4. They had a big inflation month fall off. So a little misleading because I don't think it's going to last, but 2.4% was the headline. They were expecting 2.5, so it wasn't, but still a little more dovish. Here's the funny part. Energy was deflated. It was really gas, and now that's over. And by the way, everybody, my wife just told me here in Arizona, 16% increase in power bills. The $1,000 electric bill is coming everywhere. The core hotter, that was 0.3, 2.5% year over year, and again. That was kind of known because one of a big inflation month fell off, but that was kind of the headline number. Shelter up 0.2, food up 0.2. These are all month over month. Offset by energy. Apparently no one got a power bill. I don't know where these guys get this stuff. Gas. We know gas was down. We know that gas no longer is down. So that was it. But that wasn't the big news. The big news was what was going on with Kevin Warsh. He is the pick. Everybody expects him to be approved as the new head of the central bank. Reports are circulating that Kevin Warsh is going to change the 2% target. Now, of course, if you go back and listen to my shows back then, I was telling you, all of you, 2% is just the starting point. Give it some time, and they're going to raise it. Well, guess what? Reports are saying that's exactly what Kevin Warsh expects to do. I will tell you what they're speculating the new the new acceptable range for inflation.
Oh, sir.
800-951-0592. You guys making liars out of me. We still have some. Sold some. Still got some. Are you kidding me? You know what? You guys have been torturing me all week. Like, I've gotten upset because we're giving you the best sales in the planet, better than everybody, and they don't sell right away, but then usually by the end of the day they're gone, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I shouldn't have gotten...
Wow.
No! This is dumb. What I'm doing is dumb, right? Jason literally said, Joe, really? These are like collectible now. We can sell. They're like, we can easily sell these. I don't know, $2,200, $2,300 if we wanted to take a week or two to sell them all. I don't want to take a week or two. I want to sell them in 5 minutes.
Well,
right? That's what I want.
We have an extra bonus because Silver Eagles are shipping very slowly, and Joe has these.
Oh.
So for Colorado,
these are actually in stock.
For Colorado, we just have to order them, and Joe will ship them to me, which is a lot faster than our wholesaler, which is taking 4 weeks to ship stuff.
It is bad, and it's really all silver: rounds, bars, Silver Eagles. We drop stuff, and we wait weeks, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, your order filled." And I'm like, oh, okay, great. That means it'll probably ship today or tomorrow. And then like a week later, oh, hey, we finally got around to shipping it. These I have. Right now, gold's up $100 now, 5,023, back above 5,000. They're trying to make 5,000 resistance. I don't know if it doesn't seem to like it. Silver's up $3. $79 and change, but Jason and I have been telling you, listen, this is the path. It's not a guess. It's not a mystery. Donald Trump has been extremely clear on this. Scott Bessent, extremely clear on this. Heck, Donald Trump wants 15% GDP. I'm not kidding. And then Kevin Warsh. Okay, so we knew Trump wanted to get his patsy in. Hazard, whatever his name was. And then people were like, no, come on, no, that guy's a clown, right? You got to have somebody at least with some kind of pedigree. All of a sudden, it's Kevin Warsh. Which, I'll say this, of the 4 finalists, yeah, he's probably one of the him and the New York Federal Reserve President, they were the 2 most qualified guys. Warsh gets the job. News breaking today that they anticipate that the Kevin Warsh-led Fed is going to raise what they say the acceptable rate of inflation to be. So right now, they led us to believe, hey, if inflation's over what we say is 2%, we should be raising rates, right? Because that's bad. You're losing too much purchasing power. That is going to go out the window. They're anticipating a range now of 2.5% to 3.5% is now going to be the new acceptable rate of inflation. Now, we can be kind and say, okay, well, that means 3%. So they jumped it up 50%. At 3%, every 10 years, you would lose 30% of your purchasing power. And again, this is the way they count inflation, which has no bearing on how much stuff costs for us, by the way. Right? It's just a made-up number. Literally made up. And inside of it, you got some facts, but mostly it's a made-up number. But now they're saying the range is 2.5% to 3.5%. The expectation is Warsh will cut rates until the number exceeds the 3.5%. So if you look at today's number, today they said 2.4. So, Jason, this is going to give the Federal Reserve the ability to say, well, you know what? With this new range, yeah, we can go ahead and keep cutting. It doesn't matter, right? Inflation won't be considered bad, really, until what, 4%?
So, yeah, and so once again, what is that actual number? So everyone's listening. What's the number they're saying?
2.5% to 3.5%. It's a range now. 2.5% to 3.5% is now going to be perfectly okay. The expectation, however, is Warsh will cut rates until the number goes back above the 3.5%. So, again, the devaluation of the currency is on.
So essentially, if computed right, you're looking at 6 to 8 is what I'm hearing.
Correct. Yeah.
6 to 8%.
You got to remember, what does that really mean for us? Because we know that we pay a lot more than 2.5%. Like, take this month, just your power bill alone. Almost every state, the power company's got to ask for raises, and of course, everyone's power is going through the roof. California, 38%, by the way, in California. Here in Arizona, we're 16%. I don't have the data for everywhere, but power bills alone are going to go up about 10%, right? Just the power bill.
If you're at that 8%, let's just say they're floating more towards that higher part over a stretch. You could double the money supply with the printing that goes on with that. You could double, instead of 10, you double the money supply. It looks like you could double the money supply in 8 years or 7 years.
7 to 8 years. So they want to speed up.
Wow. And you're talking 6 years with all their nonsense and all their corrupt games they play. You're talking 6 years. They're going to double the money supply. Wow. $20 loaf of bread coming your way.
Guys, I'm just telling you.
No wonder digital money is being pushed so hard. That's the only way to keep up.
Don't shoot the messenger. They need to devalue the money faster. That's really the key to get money. And apparently, this is the plan. This is what got Kevin Warsh the job to be the new head of the Fed. Whatever's left of these 1996 rolls, you better run. They're $1,995. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. We've got about half of the rolls. We've got about 10, 12 rolls of. Now, Arlene's on the phone right now, so I know we had 12. Now we'll see what this person buys. The next guy can buy the rest of them, but they're rolls of 1996 like I said. So you're going to have one. I'm going to call it bad. It's actually not bad, but it has something, whether it's toning or something on the face, the head or the tail of the coin that I was like, all the rest of them will, either have some rim toning, and rim toning's nothing. It's not even a big deal. Or, hey, they're nice looking coin, front, back, rim, and everything in the roll. So you're only gonna get one and again, a lot of the people, Jason, probably won't even know what one was the one that I was like, I don't like that one, but. They're $1,995. To give you an idea of why I'm telling you to run to the phone, any other year roll right now, I'm at $1,975. So you're paying an extra $20 for 20 1996 Silver Eagles. That's $1. 1996 Silver Eagles in these conditions are worth $20, $30, $50 a coin more than any other Silver Eagle. You're getting it for $1 at 800-951-0592. But apparently this is going to be part of the plan here, which is let's raise the acceptable rate of inflation. Why do I get a feeling they're going to say, hey, we're just going to do this for now, just for a little while, Yeah, okay. All the way up to as high as 3.5%. Essentially, because let's face it, 3.5%, 4%, close enough, right? In 10 years, are you going to lose 40% of your buying power? Probably. And the sad part is it may be worse than that because this isn't a good, true gauge of what you're paying every single day. The rule of thumb is to kind of, whatever the Fed says, right, whatever the CPI says, double it, right? So if they're saying 3.5%, that's 7%. That's 70% in 10 years.
Yep.
All of a sudden, everything starts to make a lot more sense, doesn't it? Why it is that people are running out of fiat debt, why people are running to buy gold. By the way, the central banks, they don't care what the price is. They just keep buying it. The latest now, the Chinese, we did get the latest data. And Jason, as expected, the Chinese central bank continuing to buy gold. The Chinese central bank continuing to sell U.S. treasuries, now falling below $700 billion. China's holdings, and this was an October number. So remember, they just put out an alert last week to say have less. So this is an October number. This is an older number. Down to $688 billion. That is a 10% year-over-year drop from the Chinese as to how much U.S. debt they're holding. So, let's just say they do this again, right? That's another, let's just round up a little bit. That's another $70 billion that somebody else has to buy on top of, right, what we're already having to roll over, on top of what we already have to add. So we know we're rolling over almost $11 trillion of the debt this year. We know we're going to add close to $3 trillion in new debt. Right, so there's $14 trillion, and China's like, well, yeah, throw another $70-80 billion on that one on top of it, and see how it goes.
Yeah, and I'm listening, and I was doing the numbers in my head. Silver was almost at 120, and gold was at 5,500 before it pulled back. And I'm just look. When I first joined up with Joe, I was a big silver fan. I think I probably leaned towards silver. But it didn't take me very long working with Patriot. I'm just more of a gold fan, and what happened with silver is great. It gets interest. It gets people really excited about gold and silver. But if you want to remain calm and not worry when silver drops 30 to 35% from 120 down to 80, right? Gold went down $500. It's in the 5,000 range. It was at 5,500. Technically, it's only a 9% drop. Technically, if you do the $500 versus the 5,500, but 10% or less drop. So even when gold drops, it's just a lot. I mean, who cares if you're a gold guy? The spot price was $2,000 on Valentine's Day of 2024. Not even 2 years ago. Getting there, $2,000.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. That's tomorrow.
Nice, slow rise of gold. Well, that's not slow, but
right.
Silver's erratic. It's exciting. It got everyone excited. If you don't like the roller coaster, if you want to ride the carousel, gold's the carousel, and it's nice when the carousel's running the way it's been running the last 2 years, right, Joe?
You want to do a trade? We're up for that. $20 gold, $22.65 right now, so it's a good deal there, too.
22 or 52?
52. What did I say? 22? God, you put 20. You put 2 in my head. 52.65. Yeah, wow. Yeah, people would run to the phone at 22.
Welcome back.
I was totally spaced out here. You know what? I'll be honest. You know what I was doing? I was literally like, I hate everybody. Because we still have some 1996 Silver Eagles. And I'm sitting there thinking, do you guys hate money? We're giving it away because I want you guys to be like, man, this is why we love Patriot. They're the best in the business. They give great deals all the time. And this is beyond great. So the remaining rolls. I had something else I was going to sell. Now I'm not going to sell it. So there. Yeah. Now you're stuck with it. 1996 Silver Eagle rolls, 1995 till they're gone. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Friday the 13th. We'll see. I guess we're bringing another aircraft carrier to the Middle East. So I don't know. I got a feeling that Iran's on the clock now. But we'll see what happens. Again, the news of the day today really has to do with news breaking that Kevin Warsh is going to raise the 2% inflation target. They're going to be kind and say it's a range, right? Oh, well, just, 2.5 to 3, 2.5 to 3.5. Now, if it was 2.5, you're like, well, 2 to 2.5, that, it's not good, but at least it's not horrible. But we all know, and again, it was clearly stated, they were 3.5 from 2. So they're almost doubling what they are saying now is acceptable inflation. In other words, we can cut rates until inflation's, 4% plus. And listen, 4% plus, we know how that feels. 4% plus is like, oh my God, it was insane. It was horrible. Because it's really like 8, 9, 10. And that's, Jason, I think this is really what is people are missing. And we keep telling people, forget about the first 2-3 months of 2026. The last 6 months of 2026 is going to be an avalanche of money to try to, quote unquote, grow our way out of debt.
It's going to start next week. Essentially, the tax returns are already going to be shipped out next week, and it's going to start for about a month of that going into April, and then it's really just going to get this offshore money, which is I guess it's kind of a brilliant way to not blame the American politicians, even though they're allowing it to come in and money printing in the Fed. But it's a mountain of it's almost like another reverse repo that was sitting overseas, Joe. It's like another reverse repo that was sitting overseas. Here comes. I mean, that thing only got up to $2.5 trillion, right? Why do I get the feeling there was another reverse repo going on, and they just, we're going to ship that over this year because, hey, we need to kick the can down the road one more year, Joe.
Yeah. I don't, the whole end of the yen carry trade, hey, a new inflation target. What could possibly go wrong?